Suki and Dustin are playing. Hello guys. So I guess you didn't expect me to see me like this with dark short hair and with no makeup on. Today I had to go to the eye doctor. I have a lot of stories to catch you guys up on, but we just got back from the grocery store. I'm gonna put our groceries away. And I was like gonna go through meal prep with you guys this week. I'm not doing so hot on it though. I have a lot of meals planned that are basically just easy, like spaghetti, lasagna in the crock pot, fettuccine. I think we might make fettuccine tonight, but all that just to say, there's not really a big reason to go through the whole thing because I'm not sure what I'm doing. And mostly that's because Dustin is working late a couple nights this week. Last week was very hard for me as he was gone most of the week. This is still my favorite creamer, the Silk Almond Milk Pumpkin Spice, and they haven't taken it away yet. So I guess it's not just October seasonal. I just haven't found one that is as good. I didn't have any coffee really this morning. I had like a sip, but I think I might fix a cup and get comfy on the sofa. I'm so cold. It was 80 degrees last week, and then this week it's like in the 40s. So obviously I'm sick. And yeah.
Let me get your hair in the back here.
It's adorably cute, thank you.
You're welcome.
So let me tell you guys the story of why my contacts were what they were. So last Tuesday I was driving to work and my contact had been bothering me already over the weekend. And I like try to, as much as I can, not put my fingers in my eye and just like do it through my eyelid to move it around or whatever. And that's what I was doing on the way to work on Tuesday. I was like, let me get some contact solution before I leave. I did that. And then on the way to work, I was like, gosh, this is so, like, why does it feel this way? And I kept moving it around. And then one time I moved it and I was like, okay, that should be good. And I opened my eye and my eye hurt so bad. I immediately had to close it back, which is never, like, that's never been a feeling that I've had before. So I was like, what is going on? So I'm like driving down the road, going to work with one eye closed. And then eventually I was like, okay, let me take this out because I literally couldn't keep my eye open. I was like, I just have to take the contact out and go back home and get my glasses. That's what I have to do at this point. So I took it out and it like came out and I knew something was wrong. So it was split like down the middle a lot. It wasn't split all the way, but almost, which I have never had happen in all my years of wearing contacts. And it was very uncomfortable. But I was thinking I had a couple more right eye contacts left and that was my last one. So I've been wearing my glasses, which these are them. You guys see me in these pretty often. I don't mind these at all, but the main reason I don't like wearing glasses all the time is obviously if I'm filming like a makeup tutorial or something, I can't see what I'm doing without my contacts in pretty much. And also because the way that these fit, they're a little bit too big on like this part. I don't know if you guys can see, but they're like really wide and this part is way, like they need to be like that. So I feel like I have to work my ears a little bit harder, like stress them to keep my glasses on, which sounds stupid. I don't know if you guys know what I mean by that, but working that muscle behind my ear all the time kind of gives me a headache. And because they slide down my nose all the time, it's just annoying. So I'm going to try to get a new pair of glasses now that I have my prescription. And then now I have my contacts and I just need to order a full box and I'm really happy to have them. It's been a long time since I vlogged, and it's been even longer since you've been on a vlog. Do you want to say anything?
I'm playing Switch.
Yeah? What are you playing?
Pokemon.
And you're close to?
Close to the final, to the Elite Four.
The final countdown.
Hey.
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 I just want to tell you, you're really cute.
You're cute.
I love you a lot.
I love you.
It's almost our 1 year anniversary. Super well. We're trying to plan a little trip. And I don't know what our finale to it will be, but if we'll end up going where we think we might, we probably will.
I think we will.
I guess I could go ahead and say it then. Well, I'm gonna make you guys wait. I feel like this year has gone by super fast, sort of, but also like, I don't think that it's felt slow. I think the thing is it feels like it's gone by fast, but it also feels very normal. I was thinking about, I asked you guys to ask us a couple questions for like our 1 year checkup or whatever, and you actually ask a lot of questions, so I still have those that we're gonna answer. But something I was thinking about that's so nice is, for me and Dustin, for me anyways, I never felt like once we got married there was this big adjustment period, as far as being comfortable being around him all the time, I do think there was an adjustment as far as like me getting used to wife responsibilities, knowing what yours are, knowing what mine are, almost kind of like, this is always such a weird way to put it, but the same way that you kind of argue with siblings, like about chores, I feel like there's a little bit of that when you first get married, like just because you both do things differently, not necessarily about chores, but just like if you leave the cap off the toothpaste, like why do you do that?
Right.
And so
not that either of us do.
Neither of us do that.
We actually don't even use the same toothpaste.
No, we don't. We definitely do a couple things a little differently, but I think almost a year in, I am really happy with what I have learned. I don't feel very good about the way that I reacted to a lot of it for a long time. But I think I just think at the beginning that really quickly it felt more like a burden to have to keep up with. And I definitely felt a pressure, not really from you, I don't think ever. I think I felt like an assumption, but it was also a pressure I put on myself to like make sure that we had tons of groceries all the time. Make sure that like we had a literal home cooked meal from scratch every single night. That the laundry was always kept up with, that the house was perfect or whatever. And that you didn't do any of that. You know, like that was something that we'd never talk about, and you didn't ever say that. I just feel like I put that on myself, that's how that was supposed to be. Like that I wasn't supposed to ask you for help on stuff, and that I was just supposed to do everything basically, which is crazy sounding now. I still feel like the craziest thing I think is this. Not a lot has changed as far as like what I do on a daily basis. I still feel like pretty regularly I keep up with like laundry and stuff like that, but I don't feel like it's the same tone anymore. Whereas before, like I said, I was doing it all, but I kind of felt like, gosh, I'm gonna always be bitter about this. And then I think the more that we just had conversations about it, I think this is probably in general for guys, but especially for Dustin. Dustin says this all the time. Like if you don't ask me to do something, to help you with something, or to do something for you, I might not know to do it or think about it the same way that you do. Just like the toothpaste thing. I don't think that, like if that was a thing for us, if you left it off and I put it on, you're not doing that to be disrespectful or whatever. That's just how you think.
It's just something different. Well, yeah, I think that is one of the things that has been a constant is communication, where we've got to make sure that we're telling each other what our expectations are and what we would like to have and see happen, and then it gives the other person the opportunity to meet those expectations.
Yeah, because it's unfair for you to be upset with me over me not doing something that I don't know that you want me to do.
Right. I'll give you a good example. The other night, I was coming home from work. I haven't told you this. I was coming home from work and it was really late, and I had left, because I was working so much last week, I had left my dress pants in the floor in our closet. And I knew that you had said you had done laundry, and you're really good about picking up everything and throwing it in the laundry. And I was on the way home and started getting a little frustrated because I was like, dang it, she probably did the laundry and those pants are dry clean only. And it turns out you didn't even do that. But if I hadn't communicated that, what right would I have had to have been mad about that?
It's good to know, because I didn't know that.
Yeah. You know, what right would I have had to be mad about it? Because you didn't know, and you did what you've always done and what I've always thanked you for doing. So why then would you doing that, why would it be fair for me to say, why would you do that? Because I didn't communicate to you that those can't go in the wash.
I did want to insert the clips of my big hair change, completely changing subjects, because I did vlog that day, but I didn't vlog my hair process. I only vlogged right before I left and then when I came back. But this is something that I've wanted to do since we were talking probably November, I think it was before Thanksgiving that I started talking about this. I wanted the bangs, which they would be staying better if I dried them correctly this morning. But the blunt cut and then the dark hair, I've been talking about forever. So I was so happy to finally get it done. It's about 11:30 right now. Yeah, 11:33. I'm going for my hair at 12:30, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the bank and do a couple other things, I think. Suki has been so ready for a nap, so I'm gonna let her nap. And then we'll see. In case you guys wanna see before I get everything done, I hope my neighbor can't like see me in here embarrassing. This is my hair before. It's a mess right now, but nothing new. So in front of my window, it looks really blonde, but you guys can see it's super grown out, and yeah, it's just ready. Like I said, over here, it's like all the way down pretty much. And when I pull everything back, it's pretty much all dark. So, and then as far as the length goes, like I was saying, I think I straightened my hair yesterday just a little bit for the first time in forever. So this is pretty much true to how long it is. So I think I'm gonna get it cut to about here. Maybe. Okay. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna take my jacket off. Okay, so here's the length. Yes. Look how good. Oh my gosh. This is literally everything I've ever wanted in my life. I think this is probably gonna be the first vlog since like Christmas, which is crazy because I have continued to vlog, but I do what I always do on vlogs, which is film like crazy. I never edit them all together, and then by the time I like have a minute to sit and edit them together or I think about it again, it's 3 months later, so none of it, like there's no way to put that much footage into one vlog. The other thing that we did around the house, and hopefully we have a couple other big projects coming up that we can show you guys too, we painted the guest bathroom, which has been on our list. So now we only have 2 other big inside the house painting jobs, which is the laundry room, which isn't a big job, I feel like painting wise, but we're gonna change up the floor a little bit and a couple other things. But then downstairs, the movie room is the big paint project, and we're hopefully gonna do that maybe this weekend. But anyways, I have the clips from all of that I can show you guys. The guest bathroom I feel like was a little hard to get everything because there's no way to like walk in and see it all. I don't know. Vlogging it looked kind of funny because I don't know. But if I still have the picture too, I can do the before and after picture because I think you can tell a lot better in the photo what a difference it made. I think other than that, there's not been a lot of other changes in our liffity life. Suki's gonna be 1. I almost said 3. 1. Suki's gonna be 1 in March on the 11th. She's a little baby. She's gotten huge though. Yeah, I said 4. I gotta go do that.
Yep, there's still time.
So anyway, that's where we're at now. Good morning, guys. So, I didn't vlog at all yesterday, and my plan was to come home from work. Today's Wednesday, February the 13th, by the way. My plan was to come home from work and sit down and film just basically kind of like a life update for you guys. Obviously, I didn't do that, and here is why. Funny story time. I did something so incredibly stupid that I've never done before, and really, I'm really genuinely very embarrassed about it because I've never done it, and I don't know like where my head was at, but long story short, I open our bedroom door and I immediately smell gas, and I was like, oh my gosh. My first thought was like, did I leave something on in the kitchen? I did. One of the eyes of the stove, which again, we have gas, so it's literally a flame, but it was on low, like all the way low, so it was to the point that it wasn't a flame at all, it was just like basically on. And anyways, even still, so stupid of me, and I just can't figure out like what was going on in my head because I never do that, and I always like double, triple, quadruple check to make sure everything's off. I just missed it, and everybody, you know, misses something. I'm glad I didn't burn our house down and that we're fine. In the middle of this also, on Tuesday morning when I noticed that I had left the stove on, I noticed our back door, that door that goes like out to Suki's yard, was not locked at all. I was like, oh my gosh, what were we, like, how did we didn't turn off the stove in the oven, I mean in the kitchen, the back door's unlocked, like who is this? I go to work and I come home, and like I said, I'm coming home to film. I already had that in my head. It was my plan. And when I get home, I had called Dustin when I got home. And so I came inside the house, I went out the front door and went and walked and got the mail and came back inside. I put some of the food that I had made on Monday in the microwave to heat it up to eat. I went upstairs, changed out of my work clothes, got comfy, all ready to film now. I come back downstairs, I'm still talking to Dustin, and while my food is still heating up, I was like, okay, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. And I go in our guest bathroom, which if you guys can remember, you can like get to that guest bathroom from a hall door, but then if you turn, there's like another door that goes into the guest bedroom. The guest bedroom door is always closed. We never open that door, literally, like ever, for anything. And since we haven't had guests stay, it just stays closed. When I tell you this was the most scared I pretty much have ever been in my life, like, I'm not kidding. So I walk in the bathroom and that door's open, that we never open for anything. And since I'm still on the phone with Dustin, I like immediately get creeped out, and so I just like back out of the bathroom and I walk back in the kitchen, and I'm just like looking towards the bathroom, and Dustin's in the middle of a story, and I'm like, hey, did you open that door for something? And he was like, no, I don't think so, no, pretty sure I didn't. And I was like, well, I know I haven't. And in my head, I'm thinking like, when was the last time we were even in the guest room, like either of us? And so I'm like freaked out that that door's open. Now Dustin's pretty positive he didn't open it. I know I didn't open it, and my thought is like, I guess someone's in the house. Like, I don't know. I guess they came in last night when the door was unlocked and they're hiding somewhere. Literally, like, I'm thinking all of the weird, bad things to think. So, I have this itty bitty tiny baseball bat that I keep with me a lot of the time, and it's in my car normally. So I go out to my car and I get my baseball bat. I'm like still on the phone with Dustin, but we're not talking, and I'm just like walking around the house trying to just survey, and he's like, does anything look different, out of place, or like, you know, whatever? And I was like, no. Just like really quiet now, listening for like who is in my house. And so I go in the guest room again, because in my head I'm thinking if that guest bedroom door is open, bathroom door is open, they're probably in here somewhere, I don't know. And so I'm like looking around, and there's a recliner that we've put in there in like the corner, and I put a couple pillows in it. Again, we're never in that room. So I'm looking around and I notice those pillows are off of the chair and on our bed, like someone had moved them to sit there. And so I got so like, I don't think I've ever been that afraid. You know how in scary movies it's almost like they're being funny, but whoever is like the victim is so scared they like back up into the wall and like it's over dramatic. That's literally what I did. I just started backing up until I hit the wall, because I was like, I mean, they're under the bed, they're in the bathroom behind the curtain of the shower, or they're in the closet. Like because I had already been upstairs, they're not upstairs. I had been on the main level everywhere else, and the basement door was locked. So I'm like, they have to be in here. And so also I forgot to mention, during this when I went to get my baseball bat, I also let Suki back in the house, because I just feel better if she's walking with me in those kind of moments. I come out of the guest room and I'm like very hastily walking through the dining room and through the kitchen, and Suki's not allowed in the kitchen. This is the only funny part really about this story. She's not allowed in the kitchen. I was like, Suki, come on. And she like was literally just lifting her paws up and down like, I'm not allowed in the kitchen, Mom, I can't go. I was like, come on. And so she like runs in the kitchen. I open the garage door, or the door to the garage. We both go out. I get my keys. I'm still on the phone. I don't get my purse or anything. I open my car door. Suki, without like literally any command, bless her heart, jumps in the driver's seat, then jumps over the passenger seat, sits down like, all right, let's go. I get in my seat, I shut the door, and Dustin's like, what, this whole time? because the only thing I said to him when I noticed that pillow in my like scared out of my mind state was something's not right. I was like, something's not right. And then I'm just like, Suki, come on, and like all this other stuff. And he's like, what? So I get out to the car and I said, the pillow that's always in that seat, like I'm trying to get my keys in the car and everything. The pillow that's always in that seat, it's on the bed. It's not in that chair anymore. And he's like, I moved that. I moved that. I was on the phone and I sat there last night. I moved that pillow. And it's possible maybe I opened the door because I pace when I'm on the phone. And I was like, that very long story is just to say I thought I was going to die yesterday. I genuinely thought, when I told my brother, he's like, why wouldn't you just call the police when you thought someone was in there? And I was like, to be honest with you, I was so afraid that I don't think I was thinking like, hey babe, let me call you back. I'm gonna call the police real quick. Or like, nothing. And in my head, I thought, when I saw the pillows moved, I was like, I mean, they're already in here. They're already in the house. So I guess my plan was just gonna be, get Suki, get in the car, and then call the police. I don't know. I have never had anything like that where I thought genuinely someone had broken in. So today I am going to film for my main channel. I have to film, I think, just one video today and edit it together. It's super late in the day for me. It is like 8:42. I have been getting up at 6:30 since a little bit before January, I think, and that has changed a lot of my life. Going to bed earlier, making sure I get the right amount of sleep, and then getting up super early and working really hard all day is just a really good feeling. So normally by now I'm already filming, but I slept until 7 today and kind of just took it easy while Dustin was still here getting ready for work. And so now I have to film. And then other than that, I'm just cleaning the house today. I think what I'm gonna do though is end out this vlog here, which is so like a random point to do that at. But I think I'm gonna end it here so it's not super incredibly long, and then I'm gonna go ahead and immediately pick up vlogging again today. I appreciate you guys so much, and thanks for your constant love and support. I'm gonna go ahead and get working today. Like I said, I'll pick up the vlog, so you guys are gonna see me looking probably exactly like this in about 5 minutes. Except not really. It'll be a couple days probably, but anyway. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one.